What is Ian Garry supposed to do to try and prepare himself for a fight with a guy that has proven that if he can get you down to the ground, you're pretty much stuck there. You don't get to move when he gets you down to the ground. What are you supposed to do? This is exactly what Gary's supposed to. You know, one thing I find very interesting about the way Islam is approaching this fight is you can tell that he has a high level of respect for Ian Garry because he's paying attention to the things that Ian Garry is saying on a number of instances. I know that the team respects Ian Garry a tremendous amount because of all the challenges he can present inside the Octagon.
Now, Islam does have the capabilities to get rid of Ian fast. I don't know that Ian has the capabilities to get rid of Islam fast. I do not believe, contrary to popular belief, contrary to my partners over at DraftKings who believe if Ian Garry is going to win, he's more likely to win by knockout than anything else, I don't agree. I believe he needs to win 3 rounds. I believe he can spot Islam too.
Islam Makhachev enters this fight against Ian Machado Garry with tremendous confidence, and many around him believe he is preparing for one of the best performances of his career. According to those closest to him, this training camp has been one of his most intense, with improvements in his conditioning.
All he cares about is beating Islam Makhachev next week and becoming the welterweight champion of the world. Now, there is a very good possibility that that happens, right? I do favor Islam Makhachev, of course I do. I would be a fool to sit here and say that Islam Makhachev doesn't probably win that fight, right? That's just foolish, right? He probably does. He's unbelievable, right? He's incredible at what he does. He's the greatest lightweight of all time. He's probably the best pound-for-pound fighter in all of the sport that's active right now. But Ian Garry does have a unique challenge. He's 6 foot.
But Islam can make it really easy work for him. But I'm telling you something. Islam is working so hard. I never see him working as hard, and he got a lot better than last time I saw him. And he's very motivated. Very motivated. And I think he's fighting a guy who runs a lot. Islam have to punch him in the chest, take him down, pass his guard, mount him, and finish him. That's what's gonna happen. But he's gonna run. He's not an easy opponent, a puzzle to figure out.
Striking and overall fight IQ. His coaches describe him as sharper, stronger, and more focused than ever before, believing he has added even more layers to an already elite skill set, while Ian Garry presents a unique challenge.
But if it is Ian Garry next for Islam Makhachev, how do you feel about that guy being your next challenge at welterweight?
I feel good about it. He's a well-known guy. He's very highly skilled, you know, and I look forward to the challenge, you know. So, yeah, no, Ian Garry, excuse me, if that's who they pick and that's who Islam wants, no problem. Bring him on the plate. No problem. You know, we'll get ready for Ian Garry. So, but he's good. He's good. I was hoping if he gets anybody, it would be, he wanted Kamaru because he thought that was the toughest stylistic challenge for him. So I wanted that because that's what he wanted.
And you come across as very confident. And so this may be a crazy question. Why are you so confident when thinking about fighting Islam and beating Islam? Because more often than not, people don't look good against him.
That normally happens when people fight me, Ariel, too. Firstly, again, I have nothing but respect for him. I think he's absolutely cemented himself as the best fighter on the planet right now. And until he's beaten, he holds that status. What he's done in this career, in his career and over the last decade in the sport has been second to none. A 2-weight world champion, pound for pound #1, and on the verge of breaking the longest consecutive win streak in UFC history. It's nothing but exception. However,
because of his height, reach, speed, and precise long-range striking, Islam's camp remains confident that their game plan will be effective. Their strategy is straightforward but difficult to stop. Pressure forward, attack the body, close the distance, secure the takedown, advance position, and eventually hunt for the finish.
Islam Makhachev versus Ian Garry. What's your thoughts on that fight?
I don't even think it's remotely close. Very easy matchup for Islam.
Really?
Dude, he's gonna take Ian Garry down and that's it. That's the end of it. Like it's not even remotely close.
Really interesting.
Like genuinely, I don't think it's even a little bit close. Look what he did to JDM.
Yeah, but
JDM has better takedown defense than Ian does.
But JDM does not run on his bike like Ian Garry does. Ian Garry will be very difficult to track down.
His legs are also twice as long, so there's a lot of leg to grab.
It'll be very difficult, I think, in the beginning to try. I'm not sure. This is my concern.
Makhachev versus Garry. Ian Garry gets the title shot. I'm also going to go through a video in a second of his response to getting a title shot against Islam Makhachev. One of the corniest things you ever will see. He just can't help himself. But maybe, just maybe, despite him being against the odds, because we know Islam Makhachev's going to be a favorite here, maybe, just maybe, the boys and co do it again. Okay? Hear me out. Strickland pulled it off against Chimaev. Gaethje Gaethje just pulled off the impossible against Ilia Topuria. And you're telling me that I shouldn't pick Ian Machado Garry to defeat Islam Makhachev in the main event and school him over 5 rounds?
They fully respect Gary's ability to move, counter, and win rounds from the outside, but they believe that once Islam establishes his grappling, the momentum of the fight will shift dramatically in his favor. Across the MMA world,
Ian Garry was probably in there for about 35 minutes telling us all the things that he was going to do in his fight when he got to the Octagon in Madison Square Garden. You left there, one, going, man, that meeting was much longer than it was supposed to, but also impressed by the kid and his confidence and his belief in himself. But when you hear him saying, I want to fight Islam Makhachev, who is the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world now, no questions about it, because obviously Ilia was in the conversation, but then when him losing to Justin Gaethje, Islam is unchallenged as the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. When you hear him say stuff,
opinions remain divided on how this matchup will unfold. Many analysts, coaches, and former fighters believe Gary's movement, footwork, reach, and disciplined point fighting style could create serious problems over 5 rounds if he can consistently avoid prolonged grappling exchanges.
Change the game plan. We're not going to stand with this guy. We're taking his ass down. So we tell Islam, take him down. We go in there, what happens in the fight? Islam takes him down and destroys him.
Yeah.
Because I felt we were the bigger, stronger fighter. So I couldn't do that with any fighter.
No.
Could not do that with any fighter. I can't do it with Islam. And that's what people are sleeping on. So don't sleep on that part, because that's the part that he's so damn good.
How long does it take you until you think about the fight? Can I answer that question by getting something? So, to answer your question on how fast from when I open my eyes do I think about my fight, it's as soon as I walk out of the toilet and I just flip it over. 9 days until I become a world champion.
His ability to manage distance, land clean combinations, and reset before opponents can engage has been one of the biggest strengths of his career. Others, however, argue that Islam's relentless pressure, world-class wrestling, exceptional control on the ground, and constantly improving striking make him one of the most complete mixed martial artists in the sport today.
Respect you and your greatness and everything that you've done, but he also says, you know, like, he wants to beat you in your own world on the ground, and he's going to bounce your head off the canvas and stop history from happening. What do you make of this?
Bro, I saw his couple interview. Honestly, he looks very bad in this interview. Better for him training more and do less interview, you know. It look like somebody in the house control him and say.
Coaches like Javier Mendez continue to emphasize that people still underestimate Islam's stand-up game, insisting he has evolved into a dangerous striker who no longer relies solely on wrestling to win fights. They believe his striking has become efficient enough to force opponents into mistakes before his grappling even comes into play. Ian Garry remains confident despite entering the contest as the underdog in the eyes of many fans and experts. He has embraced the challenge, repeatedly stating that he wants to become the welterweight champion and sees this fight as the perfect opportunity to prove he belongs among the very best in the world. Garry believes his speed, precision, timing, and fight IQ give him the tools to trouble Islam in ways previous opponents could not. He understands the threat posed by Islam's wrestling, but remains convinced that his takedown defense, movement, and striking accuracy can help him dictate the pace of the contest. Meanwhile, Islam appears completely unfazed by the outside noise, focusing entirely on preparation rather than predictions, records, or public expectations. His camp insists that every possible scenario has been studied during training, and that Islam is ready to adapt his strategy depending on whatever Garry brings into the octagon. The overall consensus is that this matchup represents one of the most intriguing stylistic clashes in recent MMA. If Garry can maintain distance, defend takedowns, keep the fight in open space, and consistently score with his jab and combinations, he has a realistic chance of making the contest highly competitive over 5 rounds. However, if Islam succeeds in cutting off the cage, forcing clinch exchanges, securing early takedowns, and imposing his suffocating grappling pressure, many believe he will take control and dominate the fight. Both athletes possess elite skills, strong confidence, and championship ambitions, making this a fascinating battle between precision striking and elite wrestling. Whether it develops into a technical stand-up chess this match or another showcase of Islam Makhachev's world-class grappling, the outcome is expected to have a major impact on both fighters' careers and could become one of the defining fights of their legacies. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Fight Prime for the latest UFC, MMA, and combat sports content. We bring you fight breakdowns, training camp updates, fighter interviews, predictions, highlights, and the biggest stories from around the world of combat sports. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Your support helps the channel grow and allows us to bring you even more high-quality UFC and MMA coverage. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.